Perhaps one of the most important game consoles ever released is the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is the console that truly put Nintendo on the map, and as I'm sure you guys are well aware, they are still going strong today. Some of the games released on the original NES were so good that they still hold up and are tons of fun even for today. Welcome everyone to Trending 10 Nemo here, and today we're going to be counting down our picks for the top 10 best games on the Nintendo Entertainment System. And just as a little disclaimer, all of the games included on this list are with the NES Classic that came out not too long ago. So if you haven't played any of these but want to, definitely try to pick up an NES Classic, if it's even possible, because Nintendo made only like 13. Alright guys, let's get started. At our number 10 spot is Final Fantasy. Ever wonder where the long-running RPG series started? Released all the way back in 1987, the first Final Fantasy game is one of the earliest role-playing games ever released. While the NES version of the original may not actually be the best, the Game Boy and PlayStation Portable versions are actually far superior. It's still a ton of fun and very interesting to see the game that made the JRPGs popular and gave birth to this titan of a franchise. I mean, let's face it, the series wouldn't be as insanely popular as it is today, almost 30 years later, if it didn't have a solid foundation at the start. At the number 9 spot is Punch-Out! With the popularity of Little Mac in Super Smash Bros. 4, plenty of new players have been introduced to him. While he may be a little bit more fun in Smash, as if we're being honest, Punch-Out! Is pretty difficult, this game is still super fun and very important to the gaming industry. Plus, you'll finally have the opportunity to face off against Mike Tyson, one of the most famously overpowered bosses in gaming history. A little tip for this fight, focus more on dodging than attacking. Mike can knock you out in one hit, so you want to be dodging as much as possible and only attack when absolutely safe. Be slow and precise with this fight. Our number 8 spot is short and sweet, Galaga. Everyone's played Galaga, right? Why? Because it's awesome. Moving on.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Now at the number 7 spot is Metroid. The game that took everyone by surprise with its ending reveal. Metroid came out in 1986 and was remade as Metroid Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance in 2004 and introduced the world of gaming to the now legendary Samus Aran, an intergalactic bounty hunter tasked with retrieving an alien organism that was stolen by space pirates. This game changed the face of 2D platformers, offering a deeper level design as opposed to the more straightforward style in Mario and other games, and is one of the earliest inspirations for open world games. At our number 6 spot is Castlevania. The first Castlevania was released back in 1986 and kicked off one of the best horror platform franchises ever. Many people forget about this one because of just how great the later games in the series were, but the original is still awesome. Sure, it's not the level of Symphony of the Night, but it's still a ton of fun to see where the franchise started and how much certain elements of it have evolved. Now at our number 5 spot is Mega Man 2, probably the hardest game on this list and on the NES Classic altogether. Don't let that push you away from it though. These games always prided themselves on being extremely challenging, but extremely rewarding once you figured it out. Deep level design, tight timing for boss fights, and an overall classic. Mega Man 2 is definitely going to be a tough one for you, but a fun one nonetheless. Now at the number 4 spot is Super Mario Bros. One of the most important games of all time, the original Super Mario Bros. Still holds up today. I don't know how they did it, but this game from all the way back in 1985 still plays great and has some of the best level design ever. Plus the music. The music in Super Mario Bros. Is some of the most iconic ever, and the main theme is basically the national anthem of gaming. Thank you, Shigeru Miyamoto. You are a gaming legend. Now at the number 3 spot is Kirby's Adventure. While everyone knows Kirby, not everyone has actually played his games. Well, Kirby's Adventure is an absolute blast, and it's, in our opinion at Trending 10, the best in the series. Because it was released so late in the NES's lifespan, Kirby's Adventure is much prettier and smoother than all of the other games on this list, which will only add to the fun you'll have with it. This game is a classic action platformer like so many other great Nintendo games, and lets you float around and suck up your enemies. In true Kirby fashion, it's just so fun. Now at our number 2 spot is The Legend of Zelda. One of the most legendary and epic franchises in gaming history, The Legend of Zelda absolutely earns our number 2 spot on this list, as even the first game in the series kicked major butt. Released in 1986, The Legend of Zelda changed the gaming industry with an excellent dungeon-dwelling fantasy adventure that is considered by many to be one of the earliest examples of an RPG, as the formula laid down by this game would go on to create deeper experiences in other games. It may not be the best in the series, but that doesn't mean it's not great, because it definitely is. What is your favorite Zelda game? Sound off in the comment section below. Now last but very not least, at the number 1 spot is Super Mario Bros. 3. There will always be debate as to what the best Mario game is. Some say Super Mario 64, some say Super Mario World, but many say Super Mario Bros. 3. Released all the way back in 1988, this game still holds up easily with its awesome music, great level design, and polished visuals. Sure, you may have played this game on an emulator or as a flash game, but nothing can really beat playing this gem of a game on your TV with an NES controller. The memories just come flooding back. That's gonna wrap it up with this video, guys. Let us know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Which one on this list was your favorite? Be sure to sound off below. Do us a favor, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. If you have any ideas for future top 10s, there's a link in the description. You can fill out that form, and who knows, it might make it on a future video. Thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, this has been Nemo from Trending 10, and I will talk to you guys on the next Top 10.